Hi guys, it's me, Andrea. Today I will show you how I work on this wood panel. I took some frames apart and this is the back of it. So you can see here I already gessoed it, and it took me quite a few layers. So I used this stencil I got from Viva Decor. It's one of this African, I don't know what you call it in English actually, trees. And I used quite a thick layer of modeling paste. Took a while to dry. And now I'm working with natural sponge, sea sponge, whatever you call them. And I have the water pot on the left, you can see. And I have it wet before I start and dab it then into the paint. And I start in the middle with the lightest paint, of course, very, very light yellow. That's called reflex yellow. So in between, I always clean the sponge and then start with the next color I use here. It's as I said, in the middle, this very light reflexed yellow, then an orange, and this is a burnt sienna, but I use it very, very lightly. What I wanted to achieve actually is a sort of an African landscape, yeah, a scene, African scene, in the sunset, of course. Sun, yeah, the sun is coming. It's very low and it's making a lot of shadows, and the last spot there is getting a bit of sun. That's what an evening atmosphere. That's what I wanted to achieve. So I was pretty okay with the lower part, but then yeah, it came to the upper part, and I wanted to have, of course, because night was falling, something dark in on top, but it wasn't working. I really used here. I used backup paper. I torn off and making mountains and stuff, but it nothing really worked for me, and it was all rubbish, and I didn't like it. So I will paint over it quite a few times, as you can see, and we'll start again and again. I wanted to have basically a darker background, but I wanted that something's going on. And yeah, hills are the most or the easiest thing, I thought, but it wasn't. As you can see, me fuzzing around and trying again and again and again on hills, simple hills, nothing spectacular, not whatever. Uh, Completely overcrowded background scene. No, simply hills. But yeah, now I'm trying here to get some of these peaks shaded in white and in darker. And this trees. I always say trees, hills. This hill, they look like triangles actually. So a bit more like pyramids. So didn't like them at all. And I painted over it again afterwards, you will see. So I didn't show you the process of painting gesso on there, but these mountains, they look really much more organic, don't they? So yeah. So on the right there is this sun, and the sun, it's definitely not a realistic sun, of course not. But at the end, I will put some sketchy lines over, so that works much better. So, and using this darker orange I use on the bottom and around the sun, and yeah, trying to get an evening scene was harder than I thought. So yeah, I should have left it to the lower part, but the panel was so long, so had to go on. So I will leave these mountains in that shape, and what I do is a lot of shading, trying to get some sort of paint on it in darker. This is the burnt sienna again. I want to stay in these colors, this warm summery colors, or this, yeah, there is a lot of heat, there's not a lot of green around, and in the evening sun everything is, yeah, really more in earth tones. So that's what I wanted to achieve. And so I'm still going on. I'm not giving up, definitely not. And at the end, I was okay with it. Not a masterpiece, definitely, but I was okay with it. It's not bad actually when you see it as a whole, when you see the whole picture. And working a lot with my big brush pit pens, with brown ones and the grey ones to get a bit of shading down. And this is a lighter grey one, and later I will go in with something white again. And yeah, it's some sort of terracotta, it calls, I think, I'm using here. I'm fuzzing around, guys. It is, yeah, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? That's what I think. And the good thing is, when something went completely wrong, it's always, or when something goes completely wrong, go over with the gesso. It's great. So now I'm working on the tree. I put a layer of gesso on top that it will take on the paint much better, because this that's an umber, burnt umber from Amsterdam, acrylic paint from Amsterdam. It's not that opaque. It's quite translucent, and it's much better with some gesso on top. So going on with the heels, I can't leave them alone, can I? Have to go on and on and on. Yeah, I thought I was happy, but no, it looks like I wasn't. So yeah, and I had some paint left, so I'm dipping my fingers in and use my fingers to paint on it. Here I use some white to get a bit of reflection back. But yeah, still working on the hills or mountains. They are looking more like mountains now, don't they? So yeah, okay. Bit of lightening the sun up. So this is my uni ball in black, and I go around the tree because there is still a bit of white edges from the gesso left, so I wanted to cover that up, and that works quite good with the uni ball. And a bit of shading with these dark orange terracotta big brushes, pit pens, and give it a bit of shading and a bit of reflection the on the leaves. I tried to do the white big brush, but that wasn't really working. I don't know why. Normally you can really wipe it with your fingers and smear it with your fingers or blend it in with your fingers, but it wouldn't work on that. I don't know why. So I used my Posca, and that's acrylic paint basically, and that worked quite good. Okay, I didn't really fuzz around with the tree that much. And this is actually what I wanted to use. I had them left over. It's from a napkin, and I put them down on some heavy watercolor paper and cut them out. I used them on one page in the past on my leftover journal I made, and they were with me all the time in my drawer here. And now I went through everything and had a look what I can or I have to chuck out, and I saw them. I said, "No, I will use them." So, and they will be on that panel next to the tree as soon as I've finished the etching. With the burnt umber I had left over, and now I glue the girls down. I worked a bit before, you could see, with some black lines and to define them a bit better. And yeah, now they're glued down, and a bit of shading, of course. The sun is very low, so they have these long shades or shadows, not shades. And that's actually it. I will give everything some sketchy lines, and I'm using my micro pen for that. And actually not only the hills, the girls as well, and the tree, very very sketchy. You will see that in the close up, and in the pictures are coming at the very end, and before the pictures you will see a close up. And this is the last bit. some sketchy lines around the girls and the tree, and then you will see the close-up. So I hope you're still with me after all this fuzzing around, and I thank you a lot for watching, guys. I hope I will get some thumbs up from you, and I thank you a lot for watching again, and I wish you a fantastic time. So have a nice time. Bye bye, guys. Bye.